This very scenic gravel pass traverses the beautiful Kouga River valley. It's of average length at 4.6 kilometers and has a substantial altitude drop of 181 meters, producing an average gradient of 1 in 25, with the steepest sections measuring in at 1 in 8. The pass connects the farming areas to the north of Kouga with the R62 and offers exceptional views over the Kouga River gorge, regardless of which direction you drive it. From the southern start, the road drops steadily towards the rim of the gorge in a northerly direction. The gorge is reached at the 1.3 kilometer mark, and it is at this point where there's a sharp left-hand bend of 110 degrees, where the road starts a long and winding descent all along the southern side of the gorge, but heading generally into the west. The views over the valley and the river are excellent all the way down to the river, but if you decide to stop for photos, move your vehicle well over to the right so that your vehicle is visible to other road users from both directions. The road, which is designated the P1600, carries very little traffic, and it's also the access road to both Moordenaarskloof to the east as well as Maidenek to the west, and after that the start of the Baviaanskouga 4x4 trail. The road is suitable for all cars, but the condition can vary considerably depending on when last the maintenance was performed as well as recent rainfall. At the 2.4 kilometer mark, there's a sharp right-hand bend of 90 degrees as the road aligns itself for the river crossing. It can't really be called a bridge, as it's only just a few centimeters above the rocks on the river. Should the causeway be underwater, which does happen quite often, you'll need to walk it along both tracks with a stick, gauging the depth, flow of the current, and checking for underwater obstacles. Never cross a flooded bridge without applying this maxim. If you're not prepared to walk it, then don't drive it. On the left-hand bank is the lovely wooden chalet available to be rented. The setting is quite idyllic, with a cottage facing north, fronted by the burbling river and the soft white sands. On the opposite bank, just over the bridge, is a charming picnic site with a roof cover and benches. But please note that it's privately owned, and there's a board with contact details should you want to use the facilities, but it will mean that you'll have to drive to the top of the pass to get signal. Once over the causeway, the road begins ascending steeply up the northern side of the gorge via a 160-degree horseshoe bend, now heading east, with the gradients constantly between 1 in 8 and 1 in 11. Like the descent, this climb is very similar in nature with gentle curves, but always be aware that the road has unguarded drop-offs and it's fairly narrow in places. The Kouga River originates near Uniondale and flows eastwards, where it joins the Groot River to form the Gamtoes just past the Kouga Dam. Its main tributary is the Baviaanskouga River, which joins its left bank before the dam itself. The Kouga Dam, previously known as the Paul Sauer Dam, is crucial to the success of the citrus farming industry of the Gamtoes Valley, as citrus farming requires high-quality water with low sediment values. The next bend is a 110-degree left-hander, which occurs at the 3.5 kilometer point. This is probably one of the best spots to get good photos on the pass. If you're there after noon, the light will be just right, but a word of caution about stopping on this bend, as it's severely blind and oncoming vehicles will not be expecting to see a stationary vehicle. The road now heads north for the next 600 meters, then bends through 30 degrees directly into the northeast for that final pull up to the top of the plateau, which is reached at the 4.6 kilometer point at an altitude of 448 meters.